Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you how to play Gambit in this ultimate guide for Marvel Rivals. Gambit has some tricks up his sleeve as far as strategist goes. You can see there he has a combo where he can take out enemies extremely quickly, and on top of this he's also able to provide the team with some anti-heal there, and he can purify the anti-heal off of his teammates because Venom right now is a big pain to deal with. So I'll be going over all the abilities here and how to get the most out of them because he has some pretty interesting ones here. So yeah, this combo here is pretty crazy. He also has some animation cancels that you can do with the melee attack there. So yeah, we'll be breaking this all down. So the first ability to talk about is his heal. The cards will deal 20 damage per round and you shoot out 3 of them with a 2-degree angle between them. Now, if they don't have any damage fall off and they can't critical hit, so you really want to try and line these up. Certain ranges around like that 20-meter mark is where they're going to split and have a harder time being able to hit all 3 cards, but they're great for a burst heal at close range, so it's kind of nice because you can play a little bit closer to your teammates here, and with your great mobility, stay out of harm's way as well by still chipping away at the enemy's health bar. And when we make it out to the 30-meter mark, you can see there, we can't hit them. It's like actually a little bit more challenging because if you were to directly aim at them, 2 of the cards are going to miss. So you kind of want to aim off a little bit to the side with these. But again, the ideal range is about 20 meters because that way you'll be able to hit all 3 cards there. Now, important part of Gambit's kit is this Cajun charge here, which has a 12.5 second cooldown, and his Bayou Bash here, which has an 8-second cooldown. So you actually can replenish your slams a little bit quicker than your dashes, but you can combo them together. They actually work really interestingly because when you combo them, you leave behind 3 spell fields that is going to heal for 20 per second there, or 25 per second, and it'll also harm enemies at 25 per second as well. So you can drop that down in the area to do a bit of an exploding damage. It's great for getting away, but also as you saw there, if you need to do that quick combo, you can pop your card, do your bash, and then go in like that. So if you don't finish them off, you can then go ahead with pressing the F again to do the flush. So yeah, this is a really powerful ability, and you want to be using this if you're getting dived. It's kind of funny. You can go Black Panther against the enemies. Again, pop your card, left click, right click, dash through them, and then you can drop the F or press click, the left click. And if you use just the slam, it's going to heal for 60 in a 5-meter radius. But it's kind of nice because you can slam, do your spinning combo, and then like get another slam off once it replenishes itself. So you actually have a lot of combos, and just you have to be smart with your resources and how you time them. Now let's talk about the cards. The Slieght of hand charge is right below your cursor. You get 4 of them with an 8-second charge on them. So if you use one, it's going to have 8 seconds before it replenishes itself. Now we'll first talk about the E, the healing heart. So when you go into your healing form, you get 20 heal per second. So this can help you if you're getting dived and need a little bit extra support to keep yourself alive. And this is just nice because you can see there, we got it for you got it for 6 seconds, and that's 20 per second. Now, when you're in your healing mode, you can press E to do a chain heal, which will actually heal you and chain around up to 6 times there. It'll do 50 healing, but what it also does is it gives a 15% healing boost, similar to Cloak and Daggers. Whenever they press their healing wall with their E ability, it's going to give that boost to healing, and Gambit can do that as well. So it's nice if you're healing with other healers and you really need to get a heal off and you don't have like a Cloak and Dagger to boost up the heals. This ability is nice if you're in a pinch and you really just need to get a heal off to everyone. So yeah, you can just spam that, but it's not always the best option. Whenever we're in our healing mode here, sometimes, let's say that Venom just did their ult, press an E into F to raise it and shoot around in that area of effect will actually be really useful because it's a Purify. So it's going to remove any of the effects that are affecting your team. Now, what's crazy about the Purify or Cleanse is that this works on a lot of ults, like Groot's ult. If Bucky or Winter Soldier hits you with his ult and gives you that less health, it cleanses that. It'll cleanse the Doctor Strange ult. It'll cleanse a Squirrel Girl stun, although that is a little bit harder to land. It obviously cleanses anti-heal. So if another Gambit is putting anti-heal on your team, you can cleanse and remove it. And the 2 that have been annoying me a lot this season have been Angela, which you can cleanse, and Magic's ability team up with a Doctor Strange, which you can also cleanse. So yeah, you can remove a lot of these. Next, we'll talk about his damage, because that is a huge part of his kit. Strategist doesn't mean you're always being a heal bot. And in fact, he's actually pretty good in a triple support. I think he's actually one of the best supports at the moment. But the thing is, he's got his breaking space. If you press F and go into your Spade mode, you get a 15% self-damage boost, which is pretty important because this takes it from whenever you're doing your combo here, if you hit every card 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then if you have your boost, you can do the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You do it a lot quicker, so this is a huge change. But the other thing is that flush ability that I showed off at the start. So when you activate your card, your left click, right click, and then press F again, that's your combo. So you can take out enemies extremely quickly by doing that. So again, I'll just do it to show off. F, left click, spin dash, right click, and then F again. That'll take out every other strategist. So if you get in a close range encounter with another strategist, you can go boom, 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 and you're going to take them out. And the nice thing about that is your staff charges come back a little bit quicker. As I mentioned, they have that 8-second cooldown, so this is actually a pretty effective combo to do, and it's great if you get dived by like a Black Panther because you can take them out. If your teammates are paying attention too, you can get rid of them really fast because that flush ability, it does 70 damage, so if you just continuously spam that, it does good damage. It's a great finisher, but it's also great if you throw it onto a tank as well, because that anti-heal for 4 seconds is going to mean that your team can chew through their health a little bit quicker. So yeah, it does that 70 damage, but it also has a 5-meter radius, similar to his smash here. So if you're doing the slam, it's going to have that same range as that. So yeah, you can sometimes get lucky and take out a couple enemies at once with that. But yeah, their enemy Black Panther may think twice about diving you if you're pulling off these tricks here, because yeah, you can take them out really quickly. I'll just run through it once again. F, left click, right click, dash, and then spam that. So boom, boom, boom. It's pretty effective. There's another combo too. You can do your left click, right click, and combo your melees in between each other. So that's one nice thing about it, is you can actually go with like a left click, right click, melee, and you can sneak an extra melee attack in there. So I'd recommend coming to the room here and putting the cooldowns off just to get a practice with some of these attacks, but you can do a lot of stuff with it. The other ability when we're in our spades here to raise it, you do an area of effect knockback, which can be nice if, let's say, like Captain America's diving you, you're not able to obviously combo with Captain America, so it can be good to get them away, and then you can actually dash upwards, which is a nice trick. If you need to get away from a certain hero, let's say they don't have the ability like Emma to get up high, you can get away from them that way. But yeah, this combo to raise is really useful just for that pushback. I really like this when I'm getting dived by, again, like a Hulk, a Venom, anything that's just annoying you just need to get away from, because you can pop that and then dash your way away. Now, Gambit's ult is interesting because it won't actually work if you're not looking at your team. So if you're going to go and heal your team here and you're not looking at them, you see your team goes down. But you can go ahead here and raise it. Didn't get that off in time. But it goes in a cone in front of you here. You'll do a one-time heal of 100 when you pop your ult. And then you'll heal for 15 per second. Also give a 50% movement speed boost. You'll get 20% increased damage, which is actually pretty nuts. And then you'll also be able to do a 30% charge on your teammates' ultimates, so that's really good as well. This is actually one of the craziest ults in the game right now. And yeah, the jump boost is really nice because this lets you get away from enemies. And what's crazy is you can get in and then do your combos to take out enemies really quickly, and they may not even know what was happening by the time that you're able to finish them off. So yeah, obviously being mindful of your cooldowns, but this ult is crazy. I can see this getting nerfed at some point because it's just going to be nuts with the amount of damage that you can output while you're in this form. The 20% damage boost is just crazy. And another crazy thing is it's actually huge for your teammates. Doctor Strange can combo his ult really well because he can just jump right up into the air and pop down with the Eye of Agamotto. It's a little bit harder to react to that. And also Daredevil's really hard to hit with his. His is an area of effect. So yeah, there's a lot of ult combinations that work very well here. And another thing with the ultimate is whenever you pop it, it's a cleanse too. So if your team gets ulted on, you can drop this down like a Groot ult that grabbed your entire team. You can pop this, free them, they all jump around, are hard to hit, and then you can turn the tide of battle. Gambit is definitely a momentum hero, being able to turn the tides of battle with his ability to apply that anti-heal if you're trying to do a bit of burst combat, or be able to chain his heals around to your team. So that is the great thing about Gambit. Again, the nice thing about Gambit is he can deal damage at range. If you get dived, it's great because you're able to assist your team with taking them out while also providing heals with the splash. One of the best things too is sometimes you can catch other supports sleeping as Gambit, like right here, just comboing straight through a Jeff who is not paying attention, spraying from the top. Despite having a bit of a spread, you can sometimes hit those close range, as I mentioned, at 20 meters. The nice thing is if you get dived by a Spider-Man, I was able to get away from the Spider-Man there, pop my ult, and then finish off the Spider-Man. So Gambit's mobility, again, is such a really big benefit to not only the team when you ultimate, but yourself, because I was able to get away from an ult, which may have taken me out if I didn't, and then be able to provide a support to my team. It's all about staying alive as strategists. And the best way to stay alive is by having a pretty good offense. So if you need to provide support for your team, yet there's a Spider-Man that's diving, being able to take them out relatively quickly is really nice. Again, you want to always be line of sight and provide the benefit for your team. But I like being a little bit more mobile here because you do have pretty good damage if you... I'm out of cards right now, but even just going in and using your main attack here can help finish off some enemies, especially with the mobility and the dash that you have. And again, you can always catch some of the other strategists there. We got a nice combo there. Be able to take out that enemy with the Phoenix and Jeff combo. But a lot of the time, you can play in the back line here because if you do end up getting dived, you don't have to worry as much as if like you're a Luna Snow or Mantis and you can't hit the shots because Gambit's going to have really good burst damage, but he's also got that good mobility if you need to catch back up with your team. But I find that playing around here is nice if you know that you're going to be able to get to your healer or get to your tanks if possible. But then if there's a diver that comes back, then you're going to be fine too. It's kind of about managing your cards. Sometimes you do burn through them, like if you need to do that chain heal to keep your entire team alive and give that heal boost, or using up all your dashes to get away from an enemy ult. But you can see there, we were getting hit with some ults, but even just sticking in this position here, we're in a good spot. And this is here where the momentum really matters. So you can get in there, and since you do pretty good damage and splash damage, you can help secure some KOs here just to be able to keep that momentum on your side. And the thing is, you actually have good recovery. So if you do get ate by Jeff, you can sometimes just be able to win that 1v1 there. So yeah, I got Aiden thrown off the edge there. I didn't even have to do the combo. I wanted to kind of save my abilities there and not throw myself off the edge, but then I was able to just get back to healing. And that game landed me MVP with having less healing, less damage, less final hits than the others on my team. However, I think the damage reduction that you apply on enemies helps a lot. Another nice thing about Gambit is you can actually be pretty bursty with your heals there. I was waiting for a card to replenish there, so I was able to get all the team healed right back up quickly there while we're holding the point. Now again, his mobility is so good because if you're getting died by a Spider-Man or something like that, you can always get away with the ability because if you're listening, you can get away. And even when you get dived, sometimes just a little bit of a panic can even help because a lot of your attacks have a big area of effect. So here I was just slamming away and throwing cards, and we got him. Now another thing, if your team is full of health and you have full cards, it's okay to throw the anti-heal bomb like that at their tanks just to be able to provide a bit of extra pressure. Another nice thing is, even though Penny's ult isn't super crazy by any means, it does slow you down, so you can use this to cleanse your team and provide a bit of extra movement, and the extra healing over time is nice too to prevent the mines from overwhelming your backline if she's going backwards there. So against a lot of ultimates, Gambit's ult is a great counter, but typically you want to save it just because the cleanse is so good, but being able to get that jump up, and if you're checking your teammates, you can see, like, if you have a Doctor Strange with full ult charge, sometimes it's nice to be able to pop that so you can jump into their backline a little easier. And again, when we're at close range, that's when we're best at healing and damaging. So if there's an Iron Man trying to ult like that, you can take them out with the 3 cards doing 60 damage per splash. It's actually very effective. So yeah, that is an ultimate guide on how to play Gambit in Marvel Rivals. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Hope you have a great day, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Subscribe if you enjoyed. Peace.